Fascinating conversation about to start now. It's got us going all morning, and it's this. The number of children being prescribed drugs to help them sleep has almost tripled in the past 7 years, amid concerns that medication is being overused because of a lack of support for families.
Well, the naturally occurring hormone melatonin has been increasingly prescribed by doctors as a treatment for children with sleep problems, particularly those with other conditions such as ADHD.
But is it a good idea, or is it just more of the appeal for every ill? Let's talk to Professor of General Paediatrics at University College of London, Alastair Sutcliffe, who joins us now. So can you start off by telling us a bit about melatonin and why it's given to children?
Yes. Well, melatonin is a substance which is made in our brains by a very tiny little gland called the pineal gland. So in a sense, it's natural. And some years ago, people worked out how to manufacture it. And initially, there were concerns that there wasn't that evidence around whether it really did help sleep or not. So a big study was done in the UK, and there have been some others more recently, to show that it does induce sleep, like our natural melatonin. So when you have that sort of, I feel sleepy, that's your melatonin level going up. And when you wake up in the morning, it's gone down. Mm-hmm. It also influences whether birds sing in season or not. It's got all sorts of effects in different creatures. So melatonin is a sleep-inducting substance, but it's not like a hypnotic, like a diazepam.
Okay. Yeah. But, I mean, when I hear that hormones are being given to children, I think, hormones, contraceptive pills, for example, are hormones and has huge implications on women's bodies. Yes. Does melatonin have all the same sort of baggage as other hormones? Because I know that you can't buy it, for example, at a pharmacy in the UK. A lot of people speak from experience. If they travel a lot with work or do crazy shift work, they get friends from the States to send them or bring melatonin when they come to visit. Is there a reason why you can't buy it over the counter, I guess, is what I'm getting at here in the UK?
I guess there must be, but I think the first principle, and you're right, the principle of hormones is they're pervasive, and so you're spot on there. But in short-term usage for sleep induction, where somebody's got a problem with their sleep, it's not a bad rap, and it's very different from these more addictive substances like diazepam and related. So if you're going to give something to our little children, I guess melatonin might be the better option. But before that, it's much better to do sleep hygiene.
What's sleep hygiene?
Well, it's a concept I learnt from this work, and essentially there's a way of, we call it snuggle down time, and then when you get off to sleep and whether your sleep's normal or abnormal. And initially, when we did the big study, I was slightly sceptical that sleep hygiene booklet written by Oxford Brookes University might work, but 40% of the children who were tried on that got off to sleep having used it, even before us needing to randomise them to the melatonin.
So is that bringing your melatonin levels up naturally? So stuff that we hear from sleep experts regularly in the UK about not using blue light, trying not to use lots of stimulants, bright lights, and trying to wind down in a way that I guess children do less frequently now.
Well, I think they're being exposed to things like screen time too much, and that's known to be harmful. So it can work for children if it's appropriate for children.